And even in these days, even WWF suggests installation of the global supergrid for green energy in their recent report of the energy report published in this year. Next, please. And in terms of technologies do exist. Al Gore, in his book, Our Choice, mentioned that the technologies are all fully developed and available. The only missing ingredient is political will. Next, please. And this shows the concept of the desertic consortium to combine northern part of Europe, Middle East, and Europe by supergrid, so that the renewable energy sources of this region could meet the power demand in Europe. Next, please. And this shows the geographical coverage of the desertic concept. And I put the same circle in Japan. And you can see that by installing the same same density of the power grid in Asia, we can fairly cover the majority of the Asian countries. Next, please. Two questions might have come to your mind. Question number one, is supergrid affordable? Definitely, I answer. And well, the cost of the building, for example, the supergrid to connect Australia and Japan is equivalent to the transportation cost of the liquid natural gas for power generation in Japan for a few years. This calculation is back of the time, but still, my message is that supergrid is affordable. And the second question, maybe, will supergrid undermine general means non-energy security in Japan? Probably not. In that, supergrid can even enhance security, as Mr. Fuller suggested back in 1970s. Next, please. I'm working on the water security of the shared water resources internationally. And I have such an impression that with advancement of the regional economic integration, regional security is enhanced also. And in the Mekong River Basin, China has much better relation with downstream countries thanks to the economic integration of the region. And the same thing can be said, the relation between Turkey and the northern part of Iraq in the Tigris-Euphrates River basin. So, supergrid may also enhance regional security. Next, please. And well, in this world, some very long gas pipelines exist. And well, I think it is subject to argument or dispute. But I have such impression that installation of the gas pipelines have enhanced regional security. In other words, networking of energy sources has enhanced regional security in addition to energy security. Very simply put, networked resources may enhance regional security between sellers and buyers. Sellers and buyers are very motivated not to have dispute. Thank you very much. So before opening the floor, I asked Dr. Yamamoto for his comment.
Thank you very much, Professor Nakayama. Excuse me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Norio Yamamoto. I am working for a GIF Research Foundation, which has been doing a political and also technological study for the development of a large-scale infrastructure for the global society. For instance, as Professor Miki Nakayama mentioned, supergrid is one of these examples, and also a natural gas transportation system, which is widely available except Japan. And so this is my background, and also I worked for a consulting firm since 1970s, and also then at that time I joined the Promotion of Information Society, which Japanese government launched together with Dr. Nicolas Negroponte of MIT. And also I got involved in the promotion of another nuclear energy source, fusion. And so then I supported the international thermonuclear energy experimental reactor called ITER. And well, I am sitting very difficult position here after hearing a very excellent presentation. And so I feel I am also one of the audience and no different from point of view. But tentatively, I prepared a point of my comments like preparedness versus unpreparedness. So of course, I hope the audience will not elaborate in its interpretation further, especially to the readiness of my presentation, your comments, excuse me. But I have to express my sincere thanks to the global community which helped and supported the damaged Japan after March 11, especially American friends in uniform and also civilian suits, which conducted a Tomodachi operation, which Professor Sugiura mentioned. And so we really understand the meaning of Tomodachi. Of course, Tomodachi is Japanese word, but in this case, of course, we can replace Tomodachi in need is a Tomodachi indeed, another interpretation. So this is the only message which I'd like to convey to the audience in this morning. But however, of course, I cannot be excused only saying this a replacement of the of Tomodachi with a friend. So, as Dr. Ishiwatari mentioned, and it was very impressive, evacuation exercise is very important. Even though the civil engineer can construct high dike for tsunami, and also early warning system, but if the people or the public is not ready to do that, of course it doesn't work. So I'd like to tell you a good example like this. My friend, Lieutenant Governor of Aomori Prefecture, Takeshi Ebina, in a lower voice, he's so proud of the, how can I say, the management of the government of Aomori. Because I'm very sorry to say, and also as Mikiko-san shed tears, but I also have that sort of emotion. But I'm very sorry to say, compare the number of the victims lost, of course, in Iwate Prefecture, around 6,000, and the Miyagi Prefecture, nearly 10,000, and also Fukushima is less than that, and well, 2,000 or something. But Aomori Prefecture is located in the coastal area, facing the Pacific Sea, and also the biggest the seaport of that one is Hachinohe. And when the tsunami came, there were so many ships, but the number of the victims, to my surprise, only 3. What happened? Only 3. One was a photographer who'd like to take a closer shot and go to the seaside, and then unexpectedly tsunami was so high and lost. 2 young kids, not a kid, but, and those 2 people were lost. Once they got evacuated, but returned to the coastal area and would like to see more, then 2 were lost. So my friend Ebina, Mr. Ebina, is somewhat proud of the performances government because it is reasonable. A few months back, tsunami alarming system worked, and it said the tsunami from Chilean tsunami, it is almost a nightmare to us. But Chilean tsunami is coming. That was the early warning system said. But very fortunately, tsunami didn't come at that time. And so then the public of Aomori Prefecture criticized the Aomori Prefecture government. You send the wrong information, and we are disturbed. And what happened to our business or something, you see? Then, of course, my friend was responsible person at the local government. Also, he got upset because it was and still is my duty to report any kind of the message from the early warning system. This is my duty. And then Mr. Ebina made a survey. How many of the people of Aomori Prefecture around the coastal area followed the message from the government? And also Mr. Ebina was so surprised to find out it is only around 5% obey the order. And again, so he got an idea. It's very dangerous. So the government do something different. And so then exercise started. It's a sort of drill, you see. And then message was so simple. If tsunami alarming system works, especially authorized one by the prefectural government, stop your working immediately and then run away. Simple. Stop your work wherever you go, you see, wherever you are, and run away. This is simple. So the outcome is almost a perfect game with quotation, of course. So this is the message which we learned. But I'm very sorry to say my good friend, Mr. Ebina, is not so proud of because those very, how can I say, environment of the tragedy, he cannot speak this one rather loudly. And so second one, yes, second my comment to Jennifer. Yes, you are right. And also you know a lot about the Japanese nuclear policy. And also then, for instance, it is very impressive, the relation between IAEA and the Japanese government. You see, head of IAEA is